Hey everyone, how are you doing today? This is Roger, of course, with Grooveless Games Unlimited. And wow, I'm excited. I'm happy. I'm feeling corbantic for it, obviously, because mass production, printing of the game starts next week. Pledge Manager is closing. But first, thank you for your time. I hope you guys are doing good. I've been trying to get back here to do, as we always do, a video Kickstarter update where I just hang out with you guys. We go over the update real quick and then just anything I want to add to it. And it's an exciting update for sure. But of course, if you're here on the channel, you've seen most of this, but we'll have a good time and we'll go over this. But first, I hope you guys are doing good. I hope you're enjoying the start of summer. Any games you're playing, it's the weekend right now. So I hope that is all going good for you. And as always, truly, I just want to say thank you for your friendship, your interest, your time, your excitement, and support with the game. Truly, it means the world to me. It honestly does. So I think we're all good with this. So let's go over the heading. So this is update number 22. Mass production, printing of Dungeon Crusade begins June 26th, this coming week. Pledge Manager's closing. Now I think we talked about this before, but I definitely want to touch on this. It's actually the 26th, and when we get to the Pledge Manager closing, we'll chat more about this. Late pledging is available. Game shipped this summer, plus much, much more in the update. And there's that poster you've probably seen. Thought that came out pretty good. An ultra mega Dungeon Crusade update. I was going to say something, and I just want to make sure that you know about it. And it already slipped my mind when I was reading this. It will come back to me. I was doing some promotion in the various Facebook gaming groups, letting everyone know what's going on. So my point was, I wanted to get this little video update out sooner, but I was just busy with that. So please forgive me. But listen, let's get into this. Let's chat about it. And I'll try not to take up a lot of your time. But man, I'm just so excited and happy this is, completed. So real quick, as I always do, my greeting to everyone, which you already know about this. June 26th, that's when the manufacturer will begin printing the game. Everything is done. And yes, like I said, there is late pledging available, but we will get to that. And I just said again, the date is set in stone. It will not change. So no worry, my friends. This is it. We're done. We nailed everything down. We've verified all the game files with Kyra, our production manager from the manufacturer. So that's all good. A lot of that we talked about. And like I always do, and I forgot this little picture last time in the update, but previously on Dungeon Crusade, this is a chance for, say you're new, you can always click this link and go back to the other update just to see what you missed. Okay, so that's always there, and it's kind of a cool system. So if you missed something, you can click on that and just go back. And that is a Keeper of the Faith, a level 2 champion monster in Dungeon Crusade. So moving right along, of course, right at the top featured, mass production printing of Dungeon Crusade begins on June 26, 2023. Yes. And I might as well talk about it now, but the manufacturer's 12 hours ahead of us. So I always talk to Kyra, the production manager, around 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night. So on Monday, kind of jumping ahead right here, but Monday afternoon, we're going to be talking to our support team manager at Pledge Manager. We're going to be closing that down. They are at Origins right now. And so I know they're delayed getting back to me. It's no problem. They're usually very quick, but I got an automated message saying, they're at Origins. So we're going to try to wrap all this up by Monday. And, they're busy doing the Origins thing and the kick track and all that stuff. So, that is happening, mass production. And of course, I put the video updates in here for everyone that you've seen on the channel. So just keep going down. Again, pictures of the copies of the game, kind of what they're going to look like. Slayer of the Realm, Crusader of the Realm. And I just want to point this out again. And we're going to look at some pictures from before. But as I did before with the first print run, you can expect to see photos and videos of the game printing. Kyra promised me she'll be sending tons of photos and videos so we can all see the progress. So you I am sorry about that. I got cut off by my recorder. But as I was saying, that you can expect to see these directly after immediately. I'm just excited, guys, to get this game out into your hands so I could work on the random dungeon generator and put more work, excuse me, into the Chapter 1 game that I'll be working on. Much smaller games, very creative, a new type of game world you haven't seen before. But back to this, as soon as I get it, we'll be making, I'll be making videos and sharing everything with you. So you are in the loop for everything. And this was just, and again, I just want to say this again, I don't want to mislead anyone. These are from the first print run. Okay, so I just wanted to show what you can kind of expect, but even more so. And I think I won't mess anything up if I click this, right? This is kind of a cool video. It showed all the games ready to ship out. We called it the Wall of the Crusade. And this is right there in Wingo's headquarters, in their manufacturing plant. There's all the loot cards, just all the decks of cards being ready to be packed into the games. So this is the kind of stuff that you can expect to see, and I'm really excited and looking forward to sharing those with you. So you'll be in the loop. Shipping update, and this is from before, just want to say again, but it's going to look probably exactly like this. So just so you can see everything, so you're reassured everything is going good. Our next heading, yes, the games will be shipping out this summer. Jeff is our shipping manager. He is an awesome guy. He is a huge fan of the game. It's very nice to have Jeff aboard for this. And so all we can say now is the games will be shipping out July, August, and into September. But as I put in bold print, Jeff will be providing us concrete dates when you can expect the game to show up. So as soon as I find out, you guys will know. As soon as Jeff tells me, you guys will know. And just know, his company is like uber fast with getting games out. But at the same time, they will be packed very safely and securely, so you don't have to worry about that. And he said that they use industrial strength 1-inch airbags, and I brought that up, and he's like, no worries, we got you. And actually, he not him but his company did the fulfillment for League of Dungeoneers, so we are in good hands, and I am incredibly happy that we are partnered for them for the shipping of the game. So you will have this in just a few months. Next up, the big thing, the Pledge Manager, and I'm going to be saying a lot in this for you guys. It is possible to late pledge, but as I said, as we close it down on Monday, that will be it, unfortunately. We're going to have extra copies of the add-ons and games, but seriously, if you're a board gamer, you're an enthusiast, you know how it goes. It could go quick, all the extra copies, or we could be sitting on them for, we'll have a good stock of them, but, who knows? Really, who knows this? But as I said, somewhere in here, from the first print run, the add-ons sold out in like 3 weeks' time. There was none left. So we're going to have a good stock of them, but I just want to let you know, if you want the game, it really is better to late pledge, especially if you live overseas, because we're going to have really good pricing for the shipping for overseas. So late pledging is available. And so I mentioned here, Monday, June 26th, around 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we're going to be closing down the Pledge Manager. Now, like I said, everyone at Pledge Manager right now is at Origin, so I would say it's going to be Monday. It might be a little bit later, but the support team manager said that we're going to jump on a call. We're going to get the final data information, so we are all set with that, okay? But I just want to let you know that late pledging is available. Also, please do me a favor. Make sure that your email is in your order, okay? If you don't have your email in your order in Pledge Manager, you won't get tracking information. And someone told me before there's a checkbox or something you have to check to receive updates from Pledge Manager. I cannot remember where that's at. I think it was Craig who told me that. Make sure that box is checked. And again, just make sure your address is right, your email, phone number, all of that stuff. I just want to make sure you're covered and all that. So I just want to emphasize that again. Make sure your email's in your order, because that's how you're going to get your tracking info. There's a link here. Of course, I'll have a link to this update in the comments section and the description of the video. You can head over here to check out the Pledge Manager. Okay, and I had to start another little video part here. But what I was going to say about Pledge Manager is, of course, if you need anything, let me know. I'm here for you. I'll be more than happy to help you out. You know, as I said, I've been doing that for a few weeks now, helping people out. So let me know if you need something. And I wanted to put this in the update, what comprises each edition and what add-ons are available. You saw this in this video here, so, or was it the one right after that? But anyway, you know, this Kickstarter update reaches tons and tons of people, so I wanted to make sure this was included, and then they could click on the link and see what was going on. But this, again, you've watched the channel, so you already know about all this. But I just want to mention again, for those people who have the first run of the game, I made sure to have the Crusader upgrade pack in place for you. That gets you the newly revised rulebook that's getting excellent reviews, huge map of Avalon, some new content, and then there were some cards that we replaced in the game and a few other things. Okay, so the Crusader upgrade pack is for you guys who have the first edition. I just want to make sure you are taken care of. And yeah, actually this video goes over what we were talking about before. This video here, you saw, I made this a while back, but this also goes over the different pledge levels and add-ons on the Kickstarter page. I made it a while ago, so there's a lot of good information in there if you want to check that out. And then just some photos of, you know, maybe someone's just clicking on this and seeing it. The Crusader of the Realm edition, and of course the all-in Slayer of the Realm edition. And this was really huge, and I definitely wanted it in this update. But as you know, we worked very hard on the game. My good friend Ilpo was the editor on the revised rulebook. You know, there were so many changes, tweaks, and balances brought to Dungeon Crusade, and I know a lot of people are happy, and you guys are like extended family. You know, you believe in this game, you believe in me. I made sure that whatever the issue was, it was corrected. It really has been perfected and honed. The revised rulebook, reduced game time, revised combat system, quicker system, but also classic combat is still in there. The new solo Crusader mode with the mercenary camp building for the village, that's new. The scalable difficulty reference card. That single card, my friends, brought so much balance to the game. With your level 1 and level 2 heroes, it just made it a smoother experience, I guess you could say. You're going to use the scalable difficulty reference card with the trap treasure chest, the trap system in the game, and the challenges and events in the encounter deck. But you can also use this on the Tomb of Kaladar dungeon, the most deadly death trap dungeon ever created. So you could use that there too. This goes over here, all the changes, and I just wanted to let people know, you know, myself, the amazing, brilliant Ilpo was the editor on the revised rulebook. Anything that people had, we addressed. It was really perfected and honed. So I just wanted to hammer that home. Revised rulebook, Crusader's Handbook it's been available for download in PDF format. I have a link here for you for it at the bottom, so you can check that out. And this is just for new people to the Dungeon Crusade universe, I call it, so you can see the introduction and overview. And actually, this video here, it took a little while for me to make. It's 19 minutes, but you know what? This is the video I could show people, like, what is this Avalon Adventure board game? What is Dungeon Crusade all about? This video right here is what I always share with people, because it is the best, really, introduction and overview where I don't have to run my mouth and bore them. They can watch this and see it in action. I'm really happy with this video, so I wanted to share that. And I just said, for a grand finale here, we kind of took a stroll down memory lane like we did in that update video. So I included we're not going to go over all of them because you saw it, but I just included some of the things that are in Dungeon Crusade. And we'll just scroll as we get to the closing of this. Hero cards, Albus, of course, the Hero's Fetch Hound, the battle chart for the combat system, treasure chest, the ultimate and risk and reward, encounter deck. Really, I love creating the encounter deck. I will tell you, I loved it. The mining decks, A, B, C, and D. Yes, there's mining and crafting in Dungeon Crusade. The quest tables there, quest table 1, 2, and 3, with your main quest, side quest, and kill the guardians. Close up of all that. That's an Elder Globe. Notice this side here. So if you were starting Forgive me, my recorder stopped. I'm not sure when it stopped, but we were talking, I think here, mining deck. Yes, there's mining and crafting in Dungeon Crusade. Here's the quest tables, quest table 1, 2, and 3. There's a main quest, side quest, and kill the Guardians quest. We'll see that close up here. So say we did our second descent into the dungeon. There's a main quest, side quest, and kill the Guardians. That's the Elder Globe. When these are not complete, it kind of glows red. That signifies there's evil in the dungeon. However, when you clear those quests, you kind of close the book. You flip the tokens over. Green means that there's like purity in the dungeon for the moment. And then your heroes head to Celebration Day, where they can level up, buy new gear, go to the academy, special abilities, receive a blessing, sleep in the tavern to recover essence, play a House of Chance game in the House of Chance, and there it is, Celebration Day. The villagers will give you one random Celebration Day gift, and sometimes they're going to give you just a big thank you. Yes, after you save their village, all they're going to do is give you a big thank you. I love those cards, but there's also awesome things they could give you. There's afflictions in the game. There's actually 12 different types. Here's the level or first degree afflictions, and when you flip them over, there's second degree. There's secret rooms to discover in Dungeon Crusade. Really cool lock picking system where you're going to use these 3 dice. That's the attempts you have, and you have to meet or exceed those numbers. You set successive rolls aside. Mystery chambers. Not going to tell you what's in there. Your heroes have to journey in to find out what's in mystery chambers. And that's all I'm going to say. They're mystery chambers. There's 17 unique traps. There's some of the amazing line art from Dean Spencer, artist I work with. I love that retro art. Mining and crafting, you'll have a pickaxe that can degrade. Just some of the things you can find with mining. You'll need those to create power gems that you could plug in the sockets of your weapons and gear. Tavern tasks. These are, you draw one randomly. These are optional quests. You don't have to complete them. There are blessings in the game that you can get from the temple. You might find the beautiful angel will follow your hero and watch over them. And there's different levels of these angels. So like, for example, Angel of Swiftness here, +3 to base movement. So your hero will gain +3. And like I said so many times, Dungeon Crusade is massive. Absolutely. It's a big, grandiose fantasy adventure dungeon crawl game, but it's very easy, guys. I don't like complex stuff, so don't let the size, intimidate you. It's very, very easy to understand. There's just a lot of stuff. Your heroes can gamble in the House of Chance. Maheliak, our barbarian, is about to enter in there. The terror level. If that terror level ever reaches the skull, you are defeated. Your heroes have not saved the village and have to replay the scenario. But like I've said many times, unlimited replayability. You could play the same scenario, have all the same settings. You'll never see the same game twice. I love games like that, and I would never design a game where it's like a crack it and rack it. A look at the blacksmith shop in the village. And that's the academy over here. Each hero has 3 unique special abilities. They can be leveled up to level 3. 193 pieces of unique loot in Dungeon Crusade. I did a whole video on loot. There's 9 different rarities, and there's a lot to discover in the loot deck. Your heroes could find crates randomly around the dungeon. Who knows what's inside? Maybe a Blackrock Viper will damage your hero for 1d6 damage, or they can find 500 gold. Champion monsters. Champion monsters reside in the chambers of the dungeon, and they are usually safeguarding quest items your heroes need. Well, to make it a little more tougher for you, there's dual monster chamber cards. There's 2 in each of the champion decks. I do recommend for your first few games taking these cards out and then maybe putting one in when you're acclimated to the game and then throw the other one in. But what happens is you don't fight one champion monster in the chamber. Your hero or heroes must fight 2 champion monsters. And notice the skulls. They get more evil as they go up. So there's a level 2. Sorry for the blurriness. Keeper of the Faith. And level 3, dual monster chambers, Elder Priest, and there is an Ancient Horror dual monster chamber card. So you'll draw 2 champion monster cards, and those are the monster Oops, sorry, I got cut short there. But like I said, there's the level 3 champion monsters, and these tokens here are known as champion monster tokens. Okay, those are in the chambers, but they're flipped over, so you really won't know what level those monsters are until you enter. But it's appropriately scaling. What I mean is, if your heroes are level 1, they'll encounter a level 1 or level 2 champion monster, or an empty room, or an empty chamber. If they're level 2, they'll encounter possibly a level 2, maybe a level 3, and finally, if your heroes are level 3, they may encounter a level 3 or level 4 champion monsters. So I made sure I scaled it very nicely. So don't worry, you're not going to like walk into a chamber, you're level 1, and you're going to find like one of these guys, like an ancient horror. So, but you could always change that if you want, and add. It's very easy to modify that. But so I had to design appropriately, but they're very challenging. And finally, there's an ancient horror champion monster. Moving right along, there's some minions in the game. There's 10 unique minions in the game, 3 per group. These are blue crystals. Let you know this is a normal version, and this follows the suit for champion monsters. I wrote origin stories for all the monsters. So origin stories are on the blue ones, and then elites have a nasty special ability, like our wraith here has Shadow Step. At the end of the race turn, it rolls 1d20. On a result of 16 to 20, it takes an extra turn. So just, you can see just from that, guys, this game is not difficult at all to pick up on. So there's some of that. Champion monsters, there's 8 unique guardian monsters, forgive me. And each guardian monster can level up to level 4, just like your heroes. Guardians of the game can level up, and think of guardians like boss monsters in the game. 6 warfare types in the game. Each monster is proficient in 3 of the 6 warfare types. And just kind of a shot of the board there. Ancient runes with some hero cards, just some action, playing Dungeon Crusade, kind of what it looks like. Another little action shot. There's Banevic there. That's the patrol route die for the patrol route system in the game. Unpredictable movement patterns that monsters have when they're traversing through the dungeon. There's a shot of Castle Blackwood, the other dungeon. Cavern of Lost Souls dungeon. Finally, the Tomb of Kaladar here. Next, as we be closing out, the Avalon Adventure board game. Real quick, if you probably already know this, but your goal in the Avalon Adventure board game is to recover the 3 runes of eternity, to shatter the curse upon the dungeon. So if you're successful in your travels in the Avalon Adventure board game, you then import your heroes into Dungeon Crusade. So any loot, any gold, any potions, all of that can carry over into Dungeon Crusade. But I love choose your own adventures, and this was my chance to do a choose your own adventure, but the twist is you'll never see the same game twice. It'll always change. And really my inspiration were games like, or the books like Fighting Fantasy, Steve Jackson from the 80s, and really Dungeon Quest, the 80s Dungeon Quest, but then my own kind of stuff that I love. So if that sounds appealing to you, that's pretty much what the Avalon Adventure board game is. We'll keep going. So right here, this is the war banner that represents all 6 heroes. You move as a group. These are red tracking tokens. So these are explored areas. When you go into an unexplored area, you place the red tracking tokens, and then you flip over to see if you found a rune. As I said, the runes are always randomly scattered each game. There's this nice shot of the game there. Over here, heroes are at a village here, Chapel Hill. You can see where they went. And all 59 or 52 adventure cards are double-sided. I wrote 259 unique battles, events, and encounters just for this game. There's treasure chests that are randomly generated each game. Bronze, silver, and gold. And then rejuvenation potions. These you can carry over into Dungeon Crusade, and you can see what they do right there on the back. That's the battle board. When battles break out, you're going to do these cool little battles, not too in-depth, but it's just to get you back to playing the Avalon Adventure board game. But they're fun little battles. And then the other side, so there's like a dungeon side, and then there's an outdoor. So this is the outdoor side if you are, if there's a battle that takes place outdoors. So double-sided battle board. Like here, the heroes went to Castle Blackwood. They had an adventure there, and they have discovered the red rune of eternity. And it's real simple. I'll just go tell you real quick. But you know those adventure, like these adventure cards right here? What you're going to do is basically this. Say we entered into Castle Blackwood, right? It's unexplored. You roll a d12, and then you're going to consult the adventure card. Like 1 to 2, 3 to 4, 5 through 7, 8 through 10, 11 through 12. And so good things can happen, bad things can happen. But the big thing that people miss with this game is you have to kind of plot your journey through Avalon carefully. And I'm not going to, no spoilers, because if you go back to an explored area, you don't roll the d12, you roll a d6. And just know, when you enter into an unexplored area, there's a chance your hero can find treasure chest and gold and, something from the loot deck or, the treasure chest. So when you go back to an explored area, those ones are gone because the higher numbers on that d12 give you those good rewards. And plus it was, kind of a way so people don't farm these, explored areas. So you're going to roll a d6, and I'll leave it at that. But remember, you got to plot your journey carefully through Avalon to survive. And there's just another shot of the heroes moving through Avalon. And there's the Runes of Eternity. And I'll tell you real quick, this is how this works. Notice that there's the Runes of Eternity, but then there's these 6 blue ones. If you find a blue one, this carries over into Dungeon Crusade. You get to re-roll any dice roll, no matter what. If you had a bad roll, cash that in, you could re-roll. But what you can't see on the other side is there's actually a green gem. Well, so let's say these two had green gems on the other side, and of course this green Rune of Eternity has that. You shuffle those. You take the green adventure cards, you draw 3 randomly, and then you shuffle these and you place them on what cards you drew, so on and so forth for the yellow and the red zone. So you can see that's why it's always replayable. You'll never know where the real rune is. Very simple system, but it works very good. And lastly, just kind of like a little cool shot of the Avalon Adventure board game. And guys, in closing, we made it through this update. I hope you enjoyed just chatting with me. I know this one was longer, but as I said, I'm happy. I'm relieved. I'm excited. I'm happy for you to get the game, enjoy it, while we work on all these new projects on the horizon. And before I forget, just like I said here at the end, I really want to thank you guys, like I said at the top, for your friendship, love, time, interest, patience, excitement, and support with the game. Honestly, I'll always be eternally grateful to each and every one of you. Okay? And then there's that picture I put. I love that picture that I kind of edited. Presented in Groovis Vision, paving the way for a more fun tomorrow. And lastly, we'll close out with this. I love music. I'm a guitar player. I'm trying to get my YouTube channel going for my guitar playing, to do that on the side. And I'm going to be creating music for the Dungeon Crusade channel now that I have the time. But I always share cool bands I love, and I love Sweden. I love Swedish hard rock and metal bands. So, Hot Breath, I have the links here. Check out this band. If you like 70s classic rock, they're just awesome. And they're a fairly new band. I think you'll really like them if you like the sound of that. Okay, guys? So let's go right back to the top. Hopefully my recorder doesn't shut off. And go back to that. Thank you, guys. If you need anything, please let me know. I'm here for you. Late pledging is available, and I will be giving you much updated news next week as we start mass production. Everyone, stay safe, happy gaming, and I'll be talking to you soon. Thank you again. Bye-bye.